idiot. So good morning. Here we are on the Staffs Worcester canal at Compton. So we picked the boat up yesterday. Our dear friends Charlotte and Pat, who'd used it last weekend for their maiden solo voyage, left it gaily for us. So that was nice. So that kind of took 3 days off our little cruise that we want to do for a week now. That's where we got to last night. A lot to come here. There's a nice Italian restaurant, which was closed when we got here. But there's also a decent pub. There's a Chinese restaurant and takeaway. There's a chippy. There's a spa. So it's quite a good mooring here. So we're going to kick off today. A bit of a longer day today. I want to get down to Comford. It's about an 8-hour cruise, but there's about 19 locks, which includes the Bratch, which I love, and the bottom staircase lock. So that'll all be interesting. Might try and get the drone up if I get a chance. But it's Mrs Lumsden's dream mooring is Comford. Every time we've gone past it, she's always thought that looks really lovely. She likens it to something from America or Canada. I don't quite see that bit, but I'll show you later anyway when we get there. But she's just down there. She's keeping herself out of view as usual. Whether she'll put a microphone on at all today, who knows? But we'll get through, we'll sort it out in the edit, as we often have to do. It's all right glaring at me, darling.
You sound like a pig snorting.
I don't sound like a pig snorting. I look like a pig snorting. Yeah, I was fashioning my new haircut. Rather sharp, that is. Makes me look young. So we're going to crack on. I'll do a bit of filming. And we'll probably have a chat at the mooring later. Get his mum, Mrs Lumsden, definitely on a microphone, and have a little chat with her. Get a few drinks down her neck. She gets old flappy gums when she's had a drink. So. All right, catch you later. Captain Lumsden. It's an early start for her. I think we're at about 5 to 8. But she did sleep most of the day yesterday due to a hangover from the day before. But the less said about that, the better. So that was the beautiful first lock of the day. It's spelt Whitewick, but I think it's pronounced Whitwick. Whitlick? I don't know, something like that. But yes, it looks like Whitewick, so let's go with that, being as we're not locals to the area. So yes, that was a really nice lock. I love it when they've got a gate paddle, because that sort of really accelerates the amount of water going into basically these 3 paddles. So that's really nice, and if I remember rightly, a lot of these locks are the same, so they're relatively quick at sort of filling. So it'd be nice not to have to fill, but it appears we got to the first one of the day and it needed it. So again, from experience, everything else will be down. Hey ho, Mrs L.
Quit your whining.
Pardon?
Quit your whining.
Quit my whining. All right, we should put a bloody microphone on. It's a strange sort of day weather-wise. The forecast was to be relatively warm, 14, 15, but it's got that really low cloud that inevitably ends up being drizzle. So I reckon that we've got a bit of that to come. The sky around us looks actually quite dark now, so don't want that, do we, Mrs L? She said, no, we don't. Sounded like it to me.
She was praising your skippering.
Oh, good. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
It's just she can't stop where she wants.
I'm glad you recognise. What?
I wasn't running you down. She was just saying they stopped at Merry Hill, and I was saying, oh, I've not ever been allowed to stop at Merry Hill.
Looking very pink today, Mrs L.
My nose.
Well, that and the coat. Very beautiful. Pink suits you. It goes with your eyes. With those bloodshot eyes of yours.
That goes with my skin colour like a pig.
Idiot. Just checking you out. You all right? So headed towards the mighty Bratch locks now. So really like the Bratch. It's a marvel. It's a marvel of engineering, beautiful. And people often think it's a staircase lock, and it's not. It's actually 3 locks. But the pound is literally about 6 foot in length. So there are side ponds there, which is the actual pound. So there's an extra paddle to lift, which you have to lift those first, which operates the where the water's coming from the side pound as such. But all the instructions are there, and there's always a volunteer on to sort of guide people through. So, but strictly speaking, it's 3 locks with pounds in between. It's just the pounds are hardly noticeable. So we'll try and get the drone up if possible. So I did do an earlier vlog with regards to the Bratch and the bottom staircase locks, which is a couple of locks after the Bratch. So yeah, check those out as well. I did them in a little bit more detail. Because when Mrs Lumsden's not about, I can do things in a bit more detail. You know what I mean? So this is a lock, that's a lock, and that bit is the pound